Hey, Mark 3 SMLE here. I have a little Ruger LCR and 22 Magnum. You might have seen some of our shooting over at 7 yards. I'm going to go ahead and try at 15 yards. Bear in mind, I'm in the dark today and I have no night sight, so we're going to see how well we can do. We have some of this Hornady 30 grain UV Max. This is the most accurate stuff I've found in this revolver. We've also shot some Winchester fodder as well as Spirit Gold Dot hollow points. Very reliable. The same can't be said for the Winchester though. But the 30 grain stuff is light, fast, and has a little muzzle flash, so just for the sake of it, let's go ahead and shoot it. Going to the rounds. They usually fall right out, but they let the 22 rimfire cases, Magnum cases, tend to get stuck. Have our 5-star speed loader. Just give reloading a shot. Second target. Recoil is very light. Just about anybody can handle the defensive revolver. The trigger does not stack at all. But you want to make sure to reset it all the way out. So with that said, let's get back to the table. Hey folks, I want to show you my little Ruger LCR and 22 Magnum. The LCR is a very popular revolver these days, made by Ruger, and it was originally in 38 Special. Now if anybody else knows about 38 Special besides me, is that in small revolvers, they jump quite a bit in the hand, and some people just can't take the recoil. So Ruger came out with one in 22 long rifle, but what if you want a bit more power? Well, the 22 Magnum seemed to do the job. So that's what I've gotten. An LCR and 22 Magnum. From front to back we have a barrel that's just under 2 inches. It is stainless steel but shrouded by the aluminum frame, as you can see. And the cylinder is stainless steel as well. Has a 6-shot capacity. Got your ejector rod, and you open the cylinder by pressing in on the cylinder release, and there you go. But what makes the LCR different is that it's part polymer. We have a polymer hammer shroud. You notice that there's no hammer that you can cock, so that makes it double action only. And look at the trigger. The unique camming system that's in the inside of the gun allows for a very nice light trigger pull. But again, that's the only way you can fire it. It still has a long reset, but it's nice and light, just about anybody can pull it. Of course, the trigger guard and the grip frame are polymer, and the grips themselves are a Hogue Tamer grip. Fits very nicely in the hand, as you can see. The gun itself weighs just 15.5 ounces fully loaded with 6 22 Magnum shells. You know, while we have this crappy Winchester ammunition out, we might as well just waste it. Let's test my revolver skills with a little Ruger LCR. I haven't owned a revolver in quite a while, so I'm usually very practiced with this reloading stuff. But we're going to have to go ahead and see. But you see, a little bit of an advantage of the revolver. If you have a bad round, skip to the next one. So why would someone buy an LCR and 22 Magnum? Well, I can only imagine 3 possibilities. The first of which is a range gun. I don't see why, because there's no hammer you can cock for an accurate shot, and I'd like the barrel to be a little bit longer. Not to mention, have you checked the price of 22 Magnum lately? The best 22 Magnum rounds you can get, the most reliable 22 Magnum rounds you can get, are in the $20 to $30 range for a box of 50. Now that's not bad for some centerfire ammunition, but you can't even reload the little cases. Trail gun. That would be another thing that I would personally pack the LCR and 22 mag for. There's a variety of ammunition out there for it, and it's nice, lightweight, it feels good in the hand. Personally though, I would like some better sights for that, as well as a range gun if you're going to use it as such. A exposed hammer would be alright as well. The LCR though is not a bear gun. We'll have to get past that notion right now. But the third and final option would be as a defensive handgun. Now, of course, a gun like this would be marketed as a defensive handgun. We have no snag sight, so you can pull it out of a pocket or what have you. You can fire it through a pocket because double action only. Have 6 shots, which is okay. You have one more round than a 38 special, but personally, I would like an extra round in this gun, 7, maybe even 8 shots, like the competitor Smith & Wesson 351 PD. Even though the LCR and 22 mag is a snub-nosed revolver and there's no provision to cock the hammer on the gun, which means it's not necessarily a target gun or even a trail gun, but it does give quite good accuracy. And here are my results: 7 yards. This is the best group I've had, and this is with the VMAX. Now how about 15 yards in the dark? Well, here are my 2 groups, if you can see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2. So we're basically covering this 12-inch or so target. Not bad for 15 yards in the dark. Of course, bear in mind, I'm standing with the regular old sight that's just black. There's no high-vis front sight that I've tapped out and replaced for it. We're just shooting with our basic sights at that distance, but still not that bad. But it also shows you that in low light, you have to be more reasonable with your expectations for accuracy, and you have to train for it. But all is not bliss though. The LCR does have some shortcomings that I do not like and that you guys might see on the range. Of course, first let's talk about the ammunition. 22 Magnum. It is powerful, it does penetrate. We're assuming here that it's a capable round. But the thing is, it's still rimfire. It's still not going to be as reliable as, say, centerfire ammunition. Let's shoot a little bit of this Winchester fodder. 40 grain, Jacqueline hollow points. Typical cheap $10 box ammo. I found the reliability to be a little hit and miss. Usually very reliable, but I had 2 or 3 duds. Not a big deal in a revolver since you can go right to the next round, but you still lose rounds, so. See? There you saw one misfire. That is an Achilles heel of the rimfire ammunition though. But with 22 Magnum, you're generally much better off than the 22 long round. Much better manufactured ammo. As for the Winchester, avoid that altogether. Another disadvantage of the little LCR is the short ejection stroke. That's how far the case is going to come out. Now, you saw that come out rather quickly because I already pulled it out already. But the thing is, these things are going to stick halfway out, so you have to pluck them out of the chambers. Even when you turn it over and give it a nice smack of the ejector rod, it still wants to do it. So that's something you have to be aware of. And of course, speed reloading isn't necessarily a good thing with the LCR, but this is all true of other different types of revolvers. They have short ejector rods in the snub-nosed revolvers, no matter the caliber, no matter the make and model. The LCR 22 mag doesn't have that many reloading options. Now for 38 specials, that's an easy thing. There are plenty of reloading options, but with the 22 mag, it's a little bit different. There are Bianchi speed strips in which you strip 2 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you close the gun up and you're ready to go. But I found it to be a bit awkward, so I prefer speed loaders, and this is the only name in the game in town. It is a 5-star firearm speed loader. I have a separate review on that. All you do is plug your rounds in, press the handle, and you're off to the races. Not bad. Of course, speaking of accessories, the little LCR does share in that there are holster options for the LCR that will fit the LCR and 22 mag. They take different J-frame Smith & Wesson holsters as well. And of course, laser grips for any LCR will fit the LCR and 22 mag. So we're not completely dead when it comes to accessories. So what do you think? Is the LCR and 22 mag worthy of your attention? Maybe not. But in any case, if you have an LCR in any caliber, I'd like to know your thoughts about the little gun down below in the comment section. Of course, this is Mark 3 SMLE, going out.